Hello there, my Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mercury signs. Welcome to your Samhain and Mercury Retrograde read for 2019. Everybody thinks of Halloween, October 31st, as Samhain. It is, but really the astrological cross quarter of Samhain is when the sun hits 15 degrees Scorpio, halfway through the sign, and that's usually about a week later, give or take a day. And of course, Mercury is going retrograde in Scorpio on Halloween until November 20th. I mean, it'll back up into Libra at some point. So yeah, I'm even crossing my legs, Virgo, that I am. There's a lot going on. So, you know, that's why I put in the description box, trigger warning, because this reading is about embracing the shadow, right? Letting go, rethinking. I mean, the double whammy of Samhaintide, right? Samhain, the last spoke in the pagan wheel of the year, the death Sabbath, right? So it's about endings, and it's about the death card, and you know, sometimes literally, sometimes people, it's when people tend to cross over. It's just part of the cycles of nature, of erosion and renewal, death and rebirth. But then you add to that really a Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. We're going through that. That's a lot. So my guides were like, this is what we want you to do. So they actually gave me a new spread to do. I've been trying it out, and it feels really, really, really good. I'm really excited to do it. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I forgot to do this first. I am your reader for the moment, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. All my friends call me Mal, feel free to. President of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch. Yes, I am a witch. If that freaks you out, I'm sorry. It's just, you know, I've got my reasons. Go watch my other vids. You'll find out some of what those reasons are. And professional intuitive. I've been reading tarot since I'm 12 years old. I'm 51, and I have purple hair, and I'm even wearing guyliner for y'all just for the Samhain Sabbath. Isn't that nice of me? I thought that was nice of me. Leo rising, you think? So to my subscribers, welcome back. Thank you so much. My numbers are getting up there, getting closer to my 1,000 subscribers that I need to do super live chat. Too much fun. That looks like too much fun. We will have too much fun. And for the new people to my channel, please do like and subscribe. Help me reach my goal, because I'm giving you the best that I got. Let's dive in. The cards have been blessed for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mercury signs. If you don't know what your other signs are, there are plenty of websites for free that you can look that stuff up on. I really should find a good one and put it in the description box, but next series I will. Cool. So let's dive in. We're going to be pulling from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different decks, but in a very interesting way. All the decks that I read are in the description box below, as well as a lot of information about me in the description box. The 2 ebooks that I wrote are in there. Spell basics, spell ingredients from a professional witch, and Words of Grace from a professional witch are very, very different books. And the third one, The Path of True Love, is in maybe its second full edit right now. Cool. So here we go. Take a deep breath. Please remember to breathe. If you are triggered, this is an opportunity to have something revealed, that a shadow that needs to be embraced, some emotional baggage that needs to be healed. Love what rises. Breathe through it. And by all means, if something really does come up in this reading for you, my Cancerians, thinking you're a water sign, there might be some emotional stuff going on there. Just remember, it's coming up to be loved, it's coming up to be healed, but not coming up to be acted on, right? It's embracing the shadow, not being possessed by it. Cool. Alrighty, now we're ready. Okay, they're like disclaimers done and some good guidance and grace there. Breathe. Here we go. We're going to start off with a Caroline Myss archetype card to represent the dominant archetype, the dominant soul power, the dominant contract that you will be dealing with. We all have all different archetypes playing throughout our days and our nights, right? But this is like the dominant one, the most important one to look at for this Samhaintide Mercury retrograde. The goal is to identify not just the archetype, but its lead and gold, its shadow and light aspects, so that you can alchemize the lead into gold or embrace the shadow, carrying it into light, right? So we'll start with these. Here we go. my collective pantheons of masters, gods, angels, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign for this Samhain tide, this season of Samhain, and Mercury retrograde from October 31st to November 20th. Please, one card of guidance and grace, and it kicked out the card of the student. All right, so I'm going to read that now because this is sort of like the main energy. There are two other cards that are going to clarify this, and then we're going to do a whole spread to go even deeper, sort of like an extended without an extended. So if you're new to this, the Caroline Myss archetype cards, go read Sacred Contracts, best book ever on the subject as far as I'm concerned. It's got a shadow and a light, a lead and a gold, just so you can identify it. This is important, right? We're going to start with the shadow. Usually I start with the light, but because this is about embracing the shadow, etc., we're going to start there. Shadow attribute: arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Now, what I'm getting off that in general is because in my career, I was a spiritual teacher and a public speaker for decades before I started doing this work. I've always had clients, spiritual counseling and readings and stuff like that. But as a spiritual teacher and a public speaker, I would notice that people would all agree on certain truths in certain spiritual books. In particular, I just off the top of my head, the Four Agreements. Oh yes, I love the Four Agreements. Oh, the Four Agreements is so important. And then they go and they do what? They're not impeccable with their word. They're taking things personally. They're making assumptions. And are they doing their best? Maybe they are. Maybe that's the best that they can do at the moment. But so you can learn something, my student archetype Cancerian, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign. But it's about not being able to put it into action, not being able to incarnate, right? To bring it into your contact, into your form, how to take that knowledge into action. As well as arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, right? It's like, what is destructive knowledge? I think we're pretty clear what happens when the third eye is left unbalanced with the throat and the heart, right? The love, the wisdom, the power, right? To bring that into balance. We know how deadly that is. So here's the light attribute. Here's the gold that you're shooting for. Humility. Oh, the grace of humility is my saving grace. It's in the book Words of Grace that I wrote. Humility and devotion to knowledge, right? Humility is knowing that you don't know. Humility is saying, I know that I don't know anything, but I am devoted to knowing. I'm willing to be shown, right? Openness to lifelong learning, right? So it's getting that every day is a winding road. You get a little bit closer. My totem is Cheryl Crow. This is a lovely, lovely card. See, I'm a horrible student. I'm a brilliant teacher. I teach myself shit, right? I taught myself how to read tarot, taught myself how to do all of this. I had some people help out with the tech side of things. But all in all, you know, I'm a teacher, not a student. So the student archetype is just something so beautiful. And with your own emotional, intuitive skill woven into that, Cancerians, you can really begin tuning in to when the shadow is rising, to, like a child within you, a 6-7-year-old child that's, it's like, it's okay, I love you, it's okay to feel that way, but no, we're going to keep going. I love you. Breathe, baby, breathe, and love what rises. That's the alchemical element that transforms lead to gold. So what we're going to do now is I actually took the Chuck Spezzano love pack and divided it in two. One suit all to itself called the problem cards. The problem suit, what I call the womp womp cards. They're a little Debbie Downer, but it's so important to know what the lead is in this spread that I singled those out. The other half of the deck, and they're about even, is a combination of the suits of luck, healing, and grace. So what I'm going to do here, if it's not obvious, is I'm going to ask the Ascended Masters, those who have graduated Earth School. I know it sounds so formal, but they're really fun. I like them, actually. Well, the ones I've met, at least, they make me laugh. I make them laugh. If I can make anybody shoot holy coffee out there, knows my day is complete. So we're going to ask them what do we need to look at here in the lead, and then we'll pick one of the other ones to help you bring it into the gold, right? There you are. Here we go. My masters, please, one card in clarity for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign. In this Embracing the Shadows, Samhain Mercury Retrograde read, we've got the student archetype here. Please give us an indication of what's going on in the lead and the shadow. Oh, fuck. Infidelity. Now, here's the thing. Infidelity, yes, it can mean that someone's cheating on you, you're cheating on someone else. This is something that you're dealing with in your life. But it can also mean you're not being true to yourself. That you know, Cancerian, something's off in your gut. It's saying no, and you're saying sure. Or vice versa, although this doesn't feel this way, where the soul is saying yes, the gut is saying yes, and you're like, no. I mean, that, yeah, that does make sense, but I'm feeling it's the other way. I'm also getting for, wow, more than half of the collective that there is infidelity going on, that either you or your partner are stepping out on each other, and it is sexual. It is sexual. Now, I'm really sorry if that's the case. If you know about that, then you know about that. And look, I'm all down with open relationships. I was in an open relationship, which actually worked to my advantage because it was a toxic relationship. So it gave me the time and space to explore, so I didn't feel so trapped, but that relationship ended anyway, right? So I don't know that I'll ever do one again. I don't know that I'll ever do an open relationship again. But see, here's the thing about being pagan, at least for me. I'll speak for myself being a witch, because it is Samhain and I am a witch, right? It's like I don't have those Judeo-Christian sexual guilt hang-up things. I've healed all of that stuff as far as I know, right? Every encounter, we love what rises, so to speak. So, you know, I'm glad to try new things as long as my gut and my soul are saying, yeah, no, that feels fine. Try that, try that. But, you know, I've been involved in triangles, right? I've been involved in, well, you know, third-party situations. 3 ways I've done those too. But, you know, I studied Tantra. I do study Tantra. I practice Tantra. Well, more than practice it, right? Pretty damn good at it. All right, so now let's get the gold here, just to get that infidelity thing. Like, I get it in the energy field there. Let's ask now. So my masters, please, one card in clarity for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What do y'all need? What do they need? What is for this Samhain Scorpio, Mercury and Scorpio retrograde? What's the gold here? Giving oneself. Now that's interesting. With fidelity and giving oneself, right? Infidelity and giving oneself. If the lead is about you being cheated on or you cheating, then you have to take a look at, in terms of, is this love, right? Because what is this person giving of themselves? They're giving their love. Where is the love, right? Because if you're being cheated on and you're giving your love to someone who's pouring it out the second you turn your back and giving it to somebody else, then you need to learn that, right? This is not your fault. This is not even ultimately their fault in the quantum. This is a pre-incarnational agreement, a soul contract, probably twin flames and soulmates. Go watch the Twin Flames. That explains all that. I'm not going into that here and now. But a turbulent, transformative relationship. But unless this is really the kind of thing where you get really honest and you sit down with the person, if you are the one who's cheating, you give of yourself. You give them the truth. You tell them. Or if you suspect it, that you give of yourself. I just feel like there's something you're not telling me, right? And I'm here to open and listen and go ahead and just fucking tell me. Now's the time of year to do it. Now's the time of year to break up with something toxic and unhealthy. But then there is this third, and this is for a nice chunk of you in the collective too. I'll say 25 to 33%, right? A quarter to a third of the collective here. That maybe it is about saying, go ahead, go. I'm giving you your freedom. If you really want to be with this person, go with it. Or maybe you negotiate an open relationship. Go read the book. Oh my God, the name just went out of my head. The Integral Slut. Oh my God, it's such a good book. I can't believe I forgot the first name. The Integral Slut. The Integral Slut. That's what it is. It's about being, you know, reclaiming your sexual power, and it talks a lot about polyamory and open relationships and all that kind of stuff too. So so that's the thing. Is it all about, you know, slaying it, burning it to the ground, scattering the ashes to the winds? Maybe. Like, get out of there. Then give of yourself in terms of I'm going to give to myself the freedom from this, the alchemy to heal and learn why I was in this relationship, not the reason, but the divine purpose, right? Because in the divine plan, everything is scripted. We read the script before we came in. See, here's the best part about Samhain. You can pop up to that 8th chakra. Go watch the video I did last night for my grace stream. We just did the readings. But you are a soul that was chosen to play the role, right? Like the soul that indwells this body, right? Was chosen, went to the audition for the part, but was chosen, cast literally into a body of Archangel Lyons. I read the script. I knew what was going to happen, but then we drink from the river of forgetfulness as we descend. We have to forget all that stuff because this world is not about getting us what we want. This world is about helping us grow, learn, evolve, heal, and fulfill our roles in the divine plan as souls. That's why everything that happens is happening for us. Everything is here to help us. Everything that happens. Now, I know that's horrific to hear because you think, well, what about this, and what about this, and what about this? You don't have to like it. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to agree with it. But you will find you can shorten the time of when you are finally thankful for when it's done. People always say, well, how do you know you're done? It's like when you're thankful it happened because you went through the process. You look over your shoulder and go, that worst thing that ever happened to me, that was the fucking best thing that ever happened to me, right? Because I learned, I healed, I grew, I'm a different person. You have to go to ashes in order to rise from them. There is no alchemy without lead. So this is a rough thing. Like talk about trigger, like trigger warning, that's triggering as fuck. But if you can look at this as a piece of lifelong learning, have your humility. Of course I didn't know. Or of course I didn't know what I was getting into, whatever that is, but I'm willing to learn. But now we take another look at that destructive knowledge. Yeah. You're going to destroy them with what you've learned? Tricky. What would love do? Love would have a clear, honest conversation, right? Would throw down the gauntlet and say, look, I'm not into this, but go. If you're really happy with somebody else, have at it. Hail, farewell, and blessed be. There'll be nothing left but the crying after this for me. I will let you go, but I will move on. Because the truth is that kind of abuse and neglect cancels soul contracts, right? It's abusive and it's neglectful, right? They're neglecting, the sin of omission. They're neglecting to tell you the truth. Just saying. So now, as if that weren't enough, could just end the fucking reading there, but no. We're going to use the Daughters of the Moon tarot to do an element spread. It is one of my favorite. I use them for quickies, right? With clients usually. 5 cards: fire, earth, air, water, spirit. This is probably more of the Mercury retrograde stuff, but let's have a look. Ready? You'll see as we go. Breathe. My gods, please, top 5 cards, element spread for this Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury signs for this Samhain time, and Mercury retrograde for November 2019. Please, what is it that they really want? Element of fire. What is it that they really have to get them what they want? Element of earth. What is it that they are thinking? Element of air. What is it that they are feeling? Element of water. And what is their overview of the soul of the spirit? Spirit, please. Top 5 cards. All right. Maiden, clean cut, mother, crone. All right, let's have a look. So you ready, Cancerians? Again, breathe. Remember to breathe. The breath, the prana, inspiration, respiration. You breathe in everything you need. You exhale everything that's ready to go. It doesn't get rid of everything all at once, right? So it'll also help you to feel this deeper. You don't want to feel it that much deeper, but let's have a look. Ready? What do you want? What's your element of fire? Conflict. Conflict. For flames, that you want this conflict dealt with. You want it brought out into the open, because my Cancerians, my mom's a Cancerian. I've had a lot of Cancerians in my life, lifetime case of crabs. You always know when something's off. You always know when something's wrong, that what they're saying and what you're feeling are not a match. It's not being suspicious. You can be suspicious. That's where you just like, really, and it's in the mind. This feels more in the gut. Like something is off here, and obviously, with the infidelity card. So you want that dealt with. You want to embrace not the infidelity part of it, unless you're the cheater. But if that's the thing, if you're the one who's doing the infidelity here, then you're in conflict. You've got to deal with this conflict. Look, we are in a different time, right? This isn't the Salem witch trials time. We are our relationship structures are changing drastically because our needs have grown, right? Our psychological, our spiritual needs have grown. So you could be with somebody for a long time and just outgrow them, right? So you're in a conflict and you turn to the gods, say, my gods, you have to let me know, should I stay or should I go? But if you're stepping out on somebody, it's time to go. Contract is dead. You're beating a dead horse. And the same for you if you're the one being cheated on here, if you are the victim. I don't like using that word, but if that's the role that you're playing in this contract, right? You want this conflict resolved, and maybe you do resolve it and stay together. It happens, right? If both people are willing to heal and be honest with each other, but there's a level of deception there, has to be dealt with. Be careful you are dealing, make sure, look into covert narcissism. I just cut a covert narcissist out of my life. And my God, the relief that it brought, the sense of freedom, because they're not like overt narcissists that are easy to catch. They often feign at being humble, and they sound horrible. All narcissists do, but inside they are wounded children, right? There's usually something in their childhood, some kind of abuse, trauma, neglect, codependence, loss, something like that. So they create this phony persona, right? Persona means mask. They're wearing a mask, and they can be very, very sweet and very, very humble, but they also have smugness, right? They're a little bit smug. They have quiet entitlement, where an overt narcissist, you can tell they are entitled as fuck. And that's a deadly sin, and it's deadly to relationships. But they're not horrible people. They're wounded, and they never got around. They never got around. Well, they're getting around, but they never got around to actually healing the trauma, right? So bless them. You can even pity them if you like, but you can have compassion in the sense of saying, no, you need to go heal, but not in my bed. Or you can really come out and say to the person that you're cheating on and just say, look, I'm so sorry, I need to heal this. It's not that I need just to move on. I need to heal because what I'm doing is just destroying me from the inside and destroying everyone else around me, because that's what narcissism does. Yeah. So what a heavy fire. What's the earth? What's the wick that feeds the candle flame? Part of the universe is the end of the cycle. It's done. I mean, I'm sorry if you want to beat the dead horse, if you want to like drag this on, you certainly can do another cycle, but this is the card of the universe. Shakti, the life dancer. Now go research Shakti. Speaking of tantric energy, this is over. This is a done deal, and if it's not yet, it is soon to be. No shit. Shakti, the life dancer. This has come full circle. Usually this is a card of celebration, and absolutely it can be, when you sort of get that, oh, this was scripted. This is the end of this scene, which means either it's the end of the infidelity because something is healed by someone giving of themselves, right? But it's a learning curve for whoever is watching this Cancerian or cross watcher. A huge opportunity here for this conflict to be resolved, because you have to at some point sit back and not say, why did I attract this? Why did I create this? Say, no, what is it that I am learning from this? Have I done this before? Have I played the other role? Have I stepped up? People are like, oh, karma's a witch. Karma is a learning system. It is not a punishment reward system. That's very Western and very infantile. Really, read the Sanskrit stuff. We'll get a good translation. Go read the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. I did. I had a brilliant, from MSI, Maharishi Ashaya, who's from the West. Brilliant translation, very helpful. So what are you thinking? What's the air that feeds that fire of the conflict? Oh, fuck. It's the Tower, honey. This is done. This is struck by lightning. The truth, if it has not hit yet, and this is in the mental, oh, Mercury retrograde, you're going to see it. It's all coming out. So look, if you're the one doing the infidelity here, don't try and cover it up. Don't try and deceive 1 second longer than necessary. Get it over with. Take the hit. And if you are the one who is being cheated on here, I am so very sorry. Let the tower be destroyed. Maybe you do rebuild it with this person. Plenty of people have had the courage, the tenacity and the willingness to say, no, let's go to therapy, let's go to counseling, let's heal this, but you must allow the light of truth to destroy the faulty tower. Sorry, the John Cleese reference. Water, what are you feeling here? Oh my God, 10 of Blades. Holy fuck. You saw me shuffle the cards. It wasn't like I was doing that. The 10 of Blades, the ending of a painful situation through getting all of the pieces of the puzzle on the table. It's clarity, it's mental resolution, it's seeing all the pieces, and often that happens in a retrograde because you're pulling back and seeing it, and you see, oh my God, when they did that, when they did that, when they did that, if you're the one, you know, being cheated on here. And again, this reading isn't for everybody. I mean, yeah, I guess it could be about you're not being true to yourself, but if this is not your reading, I'm so sorry. I hope you've clicked off already. This is kind of specific, but still going on in hundreds of thousands of lives. That this, you know, the 10 of Swords, in Rider-Waite. Well, it's over. It's over. And there is a coming to that realization for this Samhain tide and Mercury retrograde, November 2019. So the last card is Spirit, the overview. The Sun. Oh my God, the happiest card in the deck. Thank you, Patty McLean, in that tarot video narrated by Christopher Lee. Secrets of the Tarot. This means that the overview here is that you are moving on to happy, that the sun is shining on you, and that, of course, anything that was hidden is being what? Thrown into light. Now, there's the vampire archetype that obviously did not show up here, but there. So you got to look at the codependency here. You have to look at that this wasn't love. What you had was not love. And you know, you can hate any kind of narcissist, but it's an illness. It's like hating somebody with cancer, right? It's something that happened when they were too young to do anything about it, right? So this is about healing. This is about bringing things into clarity, into the light of day. And then happiness comes for you eventually as a result, because at least you know, holy shit, it wasn't me, right? If you're the one being cheated on, it's like, oh my God, they would have cheated on anybody that they were with, and they probably still will, unless, you know, that the healing takes place for them. But then if you are the cheater here, there's a huge opportunity for you to heal and be whole and get really healthy and move yourself into a spiritual happiness that you connect with divine source, the source that created you. Because guess what? When this comes out, cheater, I hate to say that, my Cancerian crabby cheater, I get it. I'm not here to judge nobody. Everything helps everything. Everything is part of the divine plan as far as I've experienced. But that the gods love you. The gods love everybody. Unconditional love, true love, true love. These situations allow people to become true love through the pain, through the healing, yeah, through embracing the shadow. They become unconditional love, true love, and then they're ready, maybe, for someone else who matches that. But this has got to be dealt with. If this goes on for much longer, it's going to get violent, particularly with the, oh God, that's really true, particularly with this Tower card and the conflict. It's going to come out. And look, if you're the cheater and you're going to wait, go ahead, wait. It'll be done to you. It will just happen. It will be revealed. It will come out. So you might as well get ahead of it and tell the truth. Expose, let your deceptions be destroyed. It's for the well-being of all. Just saying. That was a little heavy duty. Let's pull some angel cards on top of that, because that's what we need now, the celestial guardians. Oh, please, my angels. One card in clarity for this Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising Mercury sign for this Four of Flames, this conflict card. What do we got here? We got the card of focus. So what do you want? You want to focus on the conflict. You want to bring it out. You want to bring it out into the light of day. I take pictures of the spreads and I will put them up at the end so you can see the placements here. My angels, please, one card. That's their element of fire. They want to focus on that conflict. They want it brought into focus. So please, their element of earth. Shakti, the life dancer, the universe, the world card. Body care. This is over. Take care of you. Take care of your physical body. Take care of, if you need to pick up your bed and walk, walk either side of this infidelity. If you need to kick them out if it's your house, right? If it's shared, but definitely you must make sure, particularly with body care, that this could get violent. We are talking Samhain. We are talking Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. This is over. This is done. Take care of yourself. And again, if you are the cheater, I'd start packing my bags. I would start packing my bags because this is over and done. And unless you are really willing to do the healing, I would get your shit in order. I think your walking papers are about to be delivered, unless, again, you really decide to do the healing and work it out and be honest. That's the only chance I feel like anyone would have in a situation of keeping a relationship like this moving forward in a healthy way, would be to come forward head in hands, heart in hands, and saying, I am FUBAR, I'm fucked up beyond all recognition. I'm going to therapy, but I don't think anybody could resolve this without a professional dealio going on. And this just doesn't feel like a player. This feels like there's some serious wounds in place here that the other person, it has nothing to do with them, but yet they brought it in. They didn't create it. It's in their contract for them to learn and heal too, right? Because they're not trusting their gut. You're probably not trusting your gut, Cancerian Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury. You gotta, you know this. And if this resonates with you, I'm so fucking sorry. I've played both sides of this. Well, I've never actually cheated on somebody, but I've been the other man as well as I've been the person who's been cheated on. Sucks. All roles suck. And don't beat up on the other person. They might not have any idea what the fuck is going on, having been in that position myself, right? So let's look at this card of Kali, the Awakener of the Tower and the element of air. My angels, please clarify this card of the Tower of what's going on in the mind. Well, the guardian angel, right? The higher self is the one delivering the lightning, honey. This is scheduled. This is destined. Call upon your higher self to see this clearly. Light is truth. So what is lightning? It's truthing. Bring in the truth. Bring in the truth into the mental field, because what's going on in the emotional field, you know it's over. You know, you may want to resolve it. You may want to heal. You may not. So my angels, please, 1 cards and clarity here for this 10 of Blades. This airing of truth. This all of the pieces on the puzzle. Power. It's all about power. It's all about power. Someone has been holding all the power, right? Well, I mean, what is infidelity about? I'm not going to say it's like rape, but like we know, rape is not about sex, it's about power. So then what is infidelity? It's about someone's either feeling trapped or there's a toxicity in their power, where the power that's being shown to the Cancerian here is to learn from this, be a student, be humble and say, okay, I didn't know this was going on, and I'm probably going to scream and cry and punch holes in walls. Don't punch holes in walls, but I'm going to learn through this. I'm going to use this as something, because it's already happened. So you can either burn the place down, which is certainly in your mind with that Tower card, when it's revealed, or if it has already been revealed. For some of you it has been. Just know that the opportunity for you to learn and heal and grow is the alchemical path of gold, and you are going to feel all the rage and the anger. You're going to love what rises. You're going to really go, oh, Matt Kahn, go watch Matt Kahn, MATTKAHN, videos on YouTube. He's amazing. He got me through some really rough shit this past year, no shit. All right, last clarifier here with the angels, please, this Sun card, because this has got to be key, right? It's the Spirit card. It's the revelation of the divine plan, this position, in some way, not the whole plan, but at least a piece of it. So please, my angels, 1 card in clarity for this Sun card, the situation itself, the overview for this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign. Listening. This is about you listening to the truth. This is about you listening to source, you listening to your guardian angel, you listening to the guidance and the grace, because this isn't just about a conversation with somebody. This is you in conversation with your higher self, with an angel, with a higher being, with your spirit, with your soul. Listen to your soul. It's saying all of this is to make you happy, but this is the lead that has to be dealt with to get to the goal. This is the shadow that must be carried into the light. And what happens once an illusion and a shadow is brought into the light? Disappears, because it's an illusion. It's not an actual thing. Holy fuck balls, right? We've got one more card that we're going to pull down, and it's a whisper of love from the higher selves of all involved. And since we've got that real strong guardian angel, which to me is the higher self, the fifth dimensional self and above, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, all the way back to source. So please, the higher selves of all involved, not just this Cancerian, but obviously anybody else involved, the cheater, the cheatee, the person who they're cheating with, the infidelity. Please, one card in clarity, a whisper of love for this Cancerian collective. Sun, moon, rising, Mercury signs for this Samhain tide. And Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, October 31st. To November 20th, please, a whisper of love for this situation. Get to know each other. Get to know each other. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow, which indicates that if there can be open, honest communication and a listening here, that even if you go your separate ways, it can be done lovingly. Now, that ain't easy. In fact, that's certainly not the norm. The norm is divorce court. My mother divorced my father when I was 2 years old, and she remarried her divorce lawyer. That's why I call my parents Zeus and Hera, right? I grew up in a litigious family, and my stepfather was a divorce lawyer, and my mother and father, thank God they divorced. Somebody would have died. It was bad. It was bad. From not just what I remember as a wee one, but the toxicity. It was unsustainable. And thank God my mom had the courage to walk away. That's why that's why I walk away from toxic situations. But when it's covert, when it's hidden, that's when I beat myself up. It's like, how did I not see that? And the guides were like, because they're master manipulators. Some of them don't even know how masterful they are. They just keep trying to get away with it all the time. But the lesson, trust your gut, speak up. And if you really get to know each other, which means you have a open-hearted, that doesn't mean you take them back necessarily, or if again you are the cheater, that you sit down and say, look, this is the part of me that I've never shared with anybody. Because generally narcissists, they never want to feel vulnerable. That's why the power play. Right? They never want anybody to know that how they really feel is that they feel they are shit. They don't just feel like shit, they feel they are shit, that they are worthless. And no one is worthless. We are all the hidden children of the gods. There is an immense opportunity for healing and compassion going on in this situation. And what better, really, you couldn't ask for a better time of year than Samhain tide Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. So, wow. Let me give you an overview here. We'll go through the whole thing. So we've got the student archetype here. Really looking at in the shadow, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, which can be about you like finding out dirt either way, right? Unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Like once you find out, what are you going to do? That makes more sense now. The light attribute, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. This is just another lesson in your highly individualized curriculum. And what is this about in the lead? Infidelity. Well, really, in a sense, don't beat yourself up about this, but that by not being true to your own gut, to your own intuition, that's always a boundaries and a self-esteem issue. Everybody deals with that. No one's acting fully on their intuition day one in the spiritual awakening process. And giving of oneself, that you may really, the way through this is to give love to them anyway, but that doesn't mean you stay with them, or that if you are the cheater in this situation, giving of oneself and saying, I'm so sorry, I'm giving you my apology, I'll pack my bags and go, but this is the deal. And you really do have to come full disclosure on that. No omissions. You just got to let them know. That's the only healthy way to do something like this. Trust me, from personal experience, having played it on every side but the cheater. I don't cheat on people. But I found out I was helping somebody cheat a bunch of times. Yeah, well, you know what? My gut was telling me something was off. I didn't listen to it. You live and learn. That's when you hear the words never again, right? Never again the burning times. Never again will I third party unless it's completely open and negotiated, right? So moving on from that, what do you want in your fire? Your element of fire is talking about you want focus on this conflict, the conflict between the two of you. What caused this in the first place? And, you know, if you're the one being cheated on, sure, it takes two to not tango, I guess. But there is something toxic here on the other side of the person that you're dealing with. And if you are that person, perhaps you're the cross watcher, or you are the Cancerian here, a little hard to tell in a collective, then really you want to focus on the conflict within yourself, and you want to bring this conflict to the forefront so that it can be resolved one way or the other. And what do you got going for you in your element of earth? You've got the universe with body care, right? The card of the world, Shakti, the life dancer, the end of the old cycle and the beginning of the new. Really take care of yourself. Take care of yourself physically. Make sure you have the support of friends and family if you are the one cheated on. And make sure that no physical violence occurs here. That this is something that you need to take care of your physical body. It does say body care. It's not talking about your astral body, your emotional body. Well, your emotional body too, I guess. But if you're the cheater here, really protect yourself, because this could turn violent very, very quickly. And why do I say that? Because in the air element here, what are you thinking? You got the guardian angel with the tower, Kali, the awakener. Now, the awakener, it's that there has been a dream and an illusion going on here, a fantasy, and this is the wake-up call. I don't even think this is the wake-up call. I think this is the thing. This is not the warning. I think the warnings have already come and gone. This is the actual thing, the destruction, and in an instant, in one bolt of lightning, in one realization of truth, something being revealed. What is it? Break chains of deception and set all things to right. Reveal what has been hidden and bring the truth to light. Just a lovely little, it sounds straight out of Charm, don't it? I wrote that fucker myself. Works if you work it. And what's going on here emotionally is that Ten of Blades, that this was all about power. All the pieces of the puzzle come on the table, and it is incredibly powerful, but allows you, either side, both of you really, and this isn't a relationship spread, but when you're dealing with infidelity, there you have it, that there's an opportunity here for power. It's a powerful ending, but an opportunity to take back power, to heal, to grow, to evolve, and eventually someday, maybe in your next life, look back and say, oh my God, I had no idea that was going on, but damn did I learn, right? Because what's the overview here? The card of spirit is the sun with listening. It's about really learning, no, I'm going to listen to my guidance. I'm going to listen to my gut. I'm going to listen even to this person, and I'm going to hear. So if I'm the one who's been cheated on, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to hear and I'm going to listen. And this is all going to bring me to my happiness, whether we reconcile or not, if I do the work. And if you are the cheater, you're going to sit there and you're going to listen to what they have to say to you. I think not only is that only fair, it might be the only way through to healing and happiness, because it's all really, the sun is coming out. All of this is being cast out into the light of day. And why so much communication? Because that final card from the higher selves is all involved. Get to know each other. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. And if that cannot be done, it really feels like this one is dead and gone. Stick a fork in it, it's done. And at this point, unless there is a contract there to heal it, to reconcile, to go to therapy, to do whatever is necessary. But do understand, if you were the one being cheated on, you never knew who this person was because they were wearing a mask the whole time. And they might not have even known they were wearing a mask. Not everybody is so self-aware to even know that they are deceiving themselves while deceiving others. Woo! So there we have it, my Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury signs. I'm sorry, but in a way, it's like that's what these readings are for. That's why I put trigger warning in the description box. This is not easy, this is not fun, but it is necessary for your healing, your growth, regardless of which side you're playing here. So let me give you the blessing, because everybody needs all the blessings they can get, and this is what I do. Masters bless, right? May the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury signs be blessed with all that they need this Samhain tide and Mercury retrograde, October into November 2019. That this situation may be blessed, that this relationship may be blessed with, that both souls and all the personalities and all of the wounds and everything involved here may be blessed with everything it needs to learn, to heal, to grow, to become the best that we can be, to embrace the shadow with wisely, to rethink and look at and discover and rediscover for the well-being of all. And so it is. So mote it be. I love you guys so much. I'm so very, very sorry if this is the situation that you're in, and if it's not your situation, why you still watch it? And that was a little triggery, right? A little traumatic. But certainly do reach out if you need help. I am a spiritual counselor, right? I'm a minister. I'm a minister in the state of New York. So, you know, spiritual counseling is one of my skills. In fact, I have a client coming here, in an hour and a half, and my client will be here for an hour of reading and an hour of spiritual counseling. So know that help is out there, regardless of which side of the bed you are on in this one. Got it? Thank you so much for your time. Please do like and subscribe. I know that was rough, but you know, if this is your story, I did the job. I did what I'm here to do. So please do like and subscribe. But for now, blessed Samhain, blessed Mercury retrograde may be the best and the blessed it can be. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed be.